Hey guys, so I am back with another tutorial, another arm knitting tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to make an arm knit scarf with fringe on the ends. So this time we're not going to connect the ends like we did with the infinity scarf. We're just going to bind off and then add some fringe. Alright, so for this scarf I bought 2 balls of Bernat Roving yarn in the color, and let's see, what color is this? Hi, Ren. Alright, you're going to have to lay down. In the color rice paper, and it is a number 5 bulky weight yarn, and I think we're probably going to use about 3/4 of each ball, and we're going to use both things of yarn at the same time, and we're going to pull 1 strand from each ball of yarn. So then you're going to have 2 strands of yarn. So for this scarf, we are going to cast on 10 stitches. So we're going to need a tail long enough to make 10 stitches. So we'll say 1 foot, 2, 3, 4. So I would say make your tail about 4 feet long, and then we're going to make a slip knot. And then we're going to go ahead and put it on our arm and tighten it up just a little bit. Now your tail will be on closer to you, so on the left side, and the working yarn will be further away from you. And to start casting on, what you're going to do is wrap the tail around your thumb and hold it with your pinky and ring finger, and you're going to take the working yarn and put it in between your index finger and your middle finger, and then kind of wrap it around your index finger. Hopefully that makes sense. You're also holding the tail end with your pinky and your ring finger as well. And so to do your first cast on, or to cast on your first stitch, you're going to take your right hand, you're going to put it under this loop here, or under this strand, and then you're going to go under the strand in the back, and then pull the tail to tighten that up. And your slip knot counted as your first stitch, so now you have 2 stitches. We're going to do that again. Yeah, I'm holding it. You're going to take your right hand, slip it under that one, over the one in the back, and then under it, and through, and then pull the tail. Do that again. You're going to go under that one, over the one in the back, and then under it and through that hole there, and then pull the tail. And again, under that one, over the one in the back, and then under it and through that hole. Just make sure you're putting the tail in the right place and the working yarn in the right place, and it should all work out fine. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stitches. So we need to make 5 more. I'm actually going to add on 2 more stitches. So all together we cast on 12 stitches, and you can use this for fringe at the end of the scarf. So now we're going to go ahead and start knitting. So to knit, you're going to want to make sure your tail is out of the way, and you're going to start using your working yarn. You're going to hold the working yarn in your right hand, and you're going to take your first stitch. Might be kind of tight, so pull it over your hand and over the working yarn. So now you have this loop here, and what you're going to do is you're going to turn it a little bit, and you're going to make sure the working yarn is towards your body, and you're going to put your left hand in. And now this part is kind of tricky. This is where you have to tighten your first stitch. Every first stitch that you move over to your other arm is going to be kind of hard to tighten. So the trick is to grab onto your working yarn and slide this up like that. Okay? Pull your working yarn while sliding that up like that. Pull it over your hand, over the working yarn, turn it, and put your hand in that way, and then pull that working yarn. Okay? Next stitch, pull the working yarn in your right hand, pull that next stitch over, and put your hand through. Really, really simple once you get the hang of it. Pull the next stitch over, you have that loop, turn the working yarn towards your body, and put your hand through. Okay, next stitch, tighten it, and again, try to tighten it so you can still move it around on your arm, but not, not too tight, but you don't want it to be loose because then it's just going to look sloppy. So next stitch, pull it over your hand, over the working yarn, put your hand through, and if you don't feel like I'm explaining it good enough in this video, you can watch my other arm knitting video, and I might explain it better in that one. So again, I ended up casting on 12 stitches, not 10. And last stitch, just pull it over and slip that onto your wrist. So that's one row done. And this is what we have. So now on to the next row. You're going to hold the working yarn in your left hand this time. You're going to pull that first stitch over so that now you have this loop here. You're going to turn that towards yourself and slip your hand in. And now here's the tricky part, is tightening it. So you want to hold that working yarn and then kind of push that up like that, as tight as you can. Next stitch, pull it over, and put your hand through, and tighten. Pull it over. Pull it over. 5, 6, and 12. Okay, so that was our second row. I'm going to go ahead and finish knitting this scarf to the length that I want, and then I will let you know how many rows I did all together. This is going to be row 40. And then we'll see if it's long enough. Okay, so I went ahead and I knitted 40 rows all together, which is pretty long, and I'm able to fold it in half and wrap it around my neck and then stick. I can't really do it because one end of it is on my arm still, but stick it through there like that, and it still hangs down to my waist. So you could do 35 rows. So knit 2 stitches onto your other hand. So then to start binding off, what you're going to do is take that first stitch. At this point you're not holding on to the working yarn anymore. You're going to take that first stitch, pull it over the second one and drop it, and then just tighten it up just a little bit. You don't want this to be too tight because then you're going to have one skinny end where you did the cast on, and then you're going to have a wide end where you did the bind off. So try to keep it kind of loose. So again, you're going to knit the next stitch just like that, tighten that up, take the second stitch, pull it over take the first stitch and pull it over the second one, and tighten it up just a little bit. Just a little bit though. Again, knit the next stitch, pull the second one over, and tighten it up. Knit the next stitch, pull that one over. Okay, so let's bind off our last 2 stitches. Okay, and at this point, you're all done, so you can take it off of your wrist, and then with this loop here, what I like to do is take the working yarn, put it through one more time, and tighten it right up, and now you have the end of your scarf. That's what the end looks like. So then what I like to do at the end is cut this working yarn just like that. I meant to record that, but my camera ran out of memory. So you want to just cut the working yarn, and that knot that you made, just pull the working yarn through and then pull it nice and snug, and that should never come undone. Now you want to weave in your ends to keep it more secure. I'm going to use a crochet hook. You can use whatever you want. You could use a safety pin, just connect the ends to a safety pin. You could use a yarn needle, but I'm going to use a crochet hook, and we're going to weave this through the end here. So what you're going to do, take the end of your scarf and kind of weave this through. So that you're not going to see it. And then grab it with the hook of the crochet needle and pull it through. And then pull that all the way through just like that. And then you want to pull that. I'm just going to cut that. And then you're going to do the same thing on the other end. Now we can go ahead and do the fringe. So I'm going to use that. I think I'm also going to use this yarn here, but it's Silky Twist yarn, and it is a bulky yarn, or super bulky. Again, I'll put the link down below. But I think what I'm going to do is take 2 of these like that, so it's different textures, and add that as my fringe. Cut some of those and lay them out. Measure them all against your first one that you cut. That way they're all similar lengths. They don't have to be perfect. So fold them in half, measure them, and cut. Now we're going to go ahead and add the fringe. So what you want to do is find a hole in there. Let's see. I'm going to start on the very end of mine, and I'm going to put one through this first hole right here. So you want to pull that through like that, and then you're going to kind of make a knot just like that. Hopefully you can see, and then pull it tight. And you have your first fringe. And that's actually pretty long. I think I'm going to trim that up. So there is your first fringe. And let's go ahead and do another one. So find another hole. I think I'm going to do it right there. And I might go through and add some more in after. But for now, I just want to show you how to do it. So again, you stick the loop through the hole, and then you're going to grab the rest of it and pull it through like that. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. here's what we have so far. And that's how you make the fringe. I'm going to go ahead and finish this up and do the same thing on the other end. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and check back often. I'm going to be posting a lot more videos, especially in the fall time, for arm knit scarves and some new things that I just learned. So I'm pretty excited to show you guys. So I will post links below of all the yarn I used in this video and any other helpful tips. So just check out the description box below. And anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and check back soon for some new videos. Bye guys.